Question freaks, welcome back to the channel. Woo! Let's go. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, you're hitting the subscribe button, you're dinging the bell to be notified, you're doing all the things that are going to algo this channel to the world. Welcome, guys, welcome. My name is Daniel Hughes. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. So we are going through some of the most volatile times right now, with there being a U.S. presidential election happening in 7 days. We have Bitcoin sitting at previous mass resistance from the previous bull market at 69,000. That's been that Grim Reaper door that we've been seeing, that 69K keep getting rejected. But is this the final $69,000 rejection that we are going to see before we blast out of what are these bullish patterns of a cup and handle and bull flag wedge that Bitcoin has been sitting in on the daily and weekly chart? We're going to get into that. We're going to get into some of the altcoins. We're going to get into some of the news. We're going to get into the battle cry of Elon Musk at the Madison Square Garden rally that Trump had. We're going to talk a little bit about Trump, a little bit about Harris. We're going to talk about how that is going to ultimately affect the markets, if so at all, or what direction we think it's going to go in. We have opinions for all that stuff, and we want to make sure you guys are giving me your opinions as well. I really would love to know what you guys think about this particular election, what you think. I want to know what your price predictions are for Bitcoin for after the election. Do you think it's gonna blast off? Do you think it's gonna maybe just still stay sideways in the 70K range where we just did this? Like we're skirting around between 66,000 and 71,000 and 69,000, and then we're just ranging, guys. We're ranging, but I think at this point we're all ready for something. But I want to know what you guys think. Also, let me know where you're watching from, who you are, where you are, whoever you are. I want to know who you are. Let me know who you are in the chat. We got to have a more active chat, guys, because the retail, they're not here. It's just a crypto bubble right now. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Retail is still looking in the window. They're looking in the window. They're peeking in, and they're thinking, I want to join this party, but I just don't know yet. Maybe Bitcoin is going to have to go over its all-time highs again for retail to really start to pay attention to what is the crypto markets. Because I've been asking people questions. Whenever I go out in town, I ask people that I'm around, I go, what's the price of Bitcoin? And they go, I don't know. Or do you own any crypto? Not really. Not really. I've kind of what I'm starting to gather is that really retail is not here. Okay, so when they come, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be ready. We're gonna be ready for them. This is the reason why we have this channel. All right, so let's get into the Bitcoin price. We're gonna get right into it. We actually just saw what we were talking about, that resistance. I'm going to move this up here to Bitcoin, altcoin analysis. So if you guys want to know what part of the channel and stream we are on the Bitcoin and altcoin analysis breakdown. We're going to start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin now currently sitting at $68,539 according to the Bitstamp USD paired chart. On the 45-minute, you can see we hit the top of the band, got rejected at that previous resistance of 69,000. And so you can see the resistance here, 69,000, 69,000. And then if you go all the way back into the daily, then you can see where we had also previous resistance at these particular prices right here. And so what I want to show you, which is key, is these circled areas right here is where we hit our all-time highs and started to test this $71,000 level multiple times. The 71,800 level, we've been trying to test this thing multiple times. We've been breaking down on that wedge, going down. But then we started to establish from the breakout point right here at the lowest point, I think that was the low, I believe that was the bottom, was 49,600, because we've been successfully making higher lows since then, going up into the uptrend to give us that curve breakout. Now, the target for this curve parabola breakout is first at 71.8, and then the second being a new all-time high at $76,500. So this is what we're looking at, but the election is going to ultimately, and you guys remember that we do have a FOMC, that we have a meeting coming up. We have a Fed meeting coming up that's actually after the election. It's 2 days after the election. It's actually on the 7th, I believe, and then we have one in December as well. Both of those meetings, they're expected to keep cutting rates, either by first at a total of 100 basis points. So they could be cutting it another 50, or another 25 and then a 25, or doing 25 then 50. Who knows? But either case, they're cutting rates, which makes it that it would time right for the biggest, most violent run to the upside would be next year, because that's when it actually will kick in. That's when it'll kick in with the banks. That's when it'll kick in with the lending. That's when it'll kick in with more money being printed into the system, because that's the only way that they're going to be able to sustain their scheme. And what is it going to go into? It's going to go into the stock market. It's going to go into the ETFs. It's going to go into these things. It's not going to be buried in the backyard. It's not going to be put under the mattress. We always say that, like, it's, where do you think all this freshly printed money is going to go? It's going to go into assets, trading assets. And so we're going to look at this thing on the 4-hour right now so you can kind of see what is happening. We're having a nice little W pattern right now. If you see it, you can kind of see it right here. You got this, a little test up into that resistance, test on the trend, and then it starts to go back up a little bit. And then if we're getting that rejection right now, I'd like to see how low we can go right now in the short term, because if we are going to bounce off of any of these levels, I think an obvious one would be go back down right to 68,000, and then we start to go back up again, and then we crush 69, we go through 69.5, and then we can get a little bit more momentum going up to that target, which is the 71,800 level. All right, so if you guys want to know about, by the way, I wanted to mention about the dominance. You know, that's a good point to make about Bitcoin dominance. Once Bitcoin dominance maxes out and eventually goes to 60%, or even, let's see, if we go into, let's go to the 4-hour, and if we get Bitcoin dominance, let's actually go to the daily. Bitcoin dominance going to 60% off of this pump, and then it starts to go back down to 57, between 57 and 56, this is when the altcoins are going to be pumping. And this is when ETH dominance is going to start going, because look, it's just been getting killed on dominance. Once this starts to go back up into where it was in March and July, we are going to see a massive run on altcoins. This is what is going to play out when you see the dominance flip, and when you start to see the liquidity go into the ETH chain through the mechanism of the ETFs, but then also through DeFi and people wanting to, at least in the crypto bubble that we have here, our little chamber, retail's not in it yet, that we're trading on the strong meme coins, or the strong coins that are the underlying assets. Like, so if you're investing in Solana, then you start to go, okay, people are using Jupiter and Radium and Orca to trade and swap decentralized. So then those tokens themselves and those platforms are going to get liquidity. So this is how you're going to start to build up your bag of things to pay attention to. So if we go Radium, we'll just do, yeah, Ray. Love to see this thing. Yeah, it was a, let's look at the daily. This thing got up as high as $18 when it started to when it started to push. And it's sitting at $3 right now. Definitely want to keep this on the radar. What's the other one? Was Orca. And actually, funny enough, you can get Orca on Coinbase. It's like a sneaky coin that you wouldn't know it was on Coinbase, but you can buy Orca on Coinbase. And at its all-time high, this thing got up to $9, so sitting at, and this is also just kind of one of those liquidity providers, and also DEX, like aggregator for Solana, any decentralized exchange. That whenever I found out about Radium, I immediately found Orca. So that might be the case for a good number of you, that you realize that when you start to look at pairs of liquidity on Solana tokens, like you go to Ponky, and I wonder if there is so look at the volume. So Orca is right next to Radium. So when people are going to start going in to do the research, they go, okay, Radium definitely does have a lot of, but Orca has decent volume as well. So then you can kind of speculate into Radium and Orca along with Solana to be able to hopefully that they're going to outperform Solana and do better than Solana, and then you can take your profits into Solana, because that's what most people are going to do once they assert back into those numbers of total market cap of the space. If we just look here, I have the total. Where is it? And guys, thanks for coming in. If you're just coming in, if you're tuning in now, I really appreciate you guys. Happy Monday. Here's the total crypto market cap right now, sitting at $2.27 trillion. Now, what we have been trying to wrap our heads around is that when the total market cap of Bitcoin starts to get to gold, if we pull it up really quick, I want to do a nice comparison visual. Okay. So you look at gold. We're going to get it on the nighttime mode. So you look at gold. 18 trillion market cap of gold. Bitcoin sitting at the 11th spot at a 1.3 trillion. If Bitcoin, or when Bitcoin gets a quarter of that market cap, or around there, we're going to be seeing Bitcoin at a $7 trillion market cap. So at a $7 trillion market cap, that brings Bitcoin at our price target of 350,000 by next year in the quarter one. Would make so much sense with the timeline and the time frame we've been breaking down on this channel of where would be the sweetest point to start thinking about taking profits, because of breaking down these numbers, going, okay, that's totally doable at a $7 trillion market cap, quarter of gold's market cap. Then Ethereum comes in, it breaks all-time highs or gets back to all-time highs, which was at $500 billion market cap. Right here, you look at the market cap, and it was at 536. And so ETH breaking all-time highs and going to, say, an 8K ETH, then that's how we're going to get a 1 trillion Ethereum market cap. And then So then now we're sitting at a total of 8 trillion crypto market cap just in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so then you go and look at the total 3, which is everything excluding BTC and Ethereum. This is the total market cap of everything that is not BTC and Ethereum. So everything else. And it's at 613 billion. Now, when you're looking at this, you can see at a point, it was at a total of 1.1 trillion. I believe we're sitting in a really nice pattern here that can break us up to a total of 2.3 trillion. You think about Solana, you think about all of these chains like Tron, Sui. Just going down the list, like Toncoin, AVAX, Litecoin. And then you got all the memes. And then you go to the meme section and you look at the trading volume and the total market cap of memes right now has increased close to the previous cycle where it was at a $84 billion total market cap, and then we're sitting at this nice little pattern. If you look at it on a micro scale, kind of looks like it wants to break out back up to that or even surpass it and go to 100 billion. Now, Murad thinks that in the next year or two that the meme coin space alone will be worth 1 trillion. So that's it. So that's mega bullish. So that's kind of how I've been going into my research with a lot of these coins and building up my particular portfolio. I have exposure to Bitcoin, Ethereum, but then also Solana, Dogecoin, AVAX, Chainlink, Litecoin, and Pepe. And then when I go from Pepe, this is how I do it. I'm like, okay, Pepe is a sure flag carrier winner, and just is basically Pepe succeeds and continues to do the volume that it's doing right now. Then it's going to be listed on Coinbase along with Brett. And then we're going to see things like Kendu Inu. These are all of these coins that I'm talking about are things that have now been grassrooted and have super solid communities behind them that are based on more than just crypto Twitter culture. It's kind of just the whole culture of memes in our reality and how we process stuff, how we've been processing all of the effed up things that have been happening to us over the past like 10 years. It's kind of just like, that's what this is. It's like everything that we've been through is represented in a market that then is the exit strategy to the BS. And that's how sometimes you have to think about it, because you're like, how could these things get to a $20 billion market cap? Well, if enough people's minds are opened enough to the idea that you can retire your bloodline in less than maybe like 2 years if you're planning correctly and not getting too shaken up by the volatility. Because 100%, when you're new into crypto and you're getting into it for the first time, your first cycle or two is your battle ground. It's where you're going to get your battle scars. It's where you're going to learn a thing or two. You're going to lose money. You're going to make money. You're going to feel like a genius. You're going to feel stupid. You are going to go through an emotional roller coaster, and most people quit. And they don't succeed because they let it get to them. Your goal is to not quit and know that that is just part of the game. And then once you start to understand the game, you understand the cycles, you understand that this market also is still new compared to the traditional markets, 13 years old, 16 years old, compared to the, decades of TradFi. So this is our opportunity. This is our mass opportunity to really start to go down the rabbit hole. So from Pepe, and you guys know, Pepe led me to ticker Bitcoin, and then I call this coin one of the when the dust settles coins, because it's one of those meme absurdities that stood the test of time through crypto Twitter. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, you obviously have been on crypto Twitter at least for the past year. At least. Just checking my stuff, making sure it's good. We're probably going to end the stream a little bit earlier. We're going to go and vote. We're going to go and early vote today. And I feel like maybe because, let me see. All right. Trying to look at the chat. All right. Shout out to Headband. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Liz Guaps. Lil's Guaps. Lil Squags. I don't know what that I'm trying to read that. From London. Well, okay, so Adam, I will answer. I will give you an observation to that. So when people say memes don't have utility, what ultimately do you want the token to represent? Like for a project. Because if you're not working on the token and people don't want to actually buy the token, then it doesn't matter what utility it provides besides getting people to buy it. And so memes have a way better PR campaign to get people to ultimately support and buy and hold the token. And so that's the utility. The meme coin itself is the utility. Like, the meme coin is what onboards people ultimately into crypto, like Dogecoin did for many of us. Like, many of us got onboarded to crypto because of Dogecoin and because of maybe the Wall Street bets, maybe from Roaring Kitty, maybe from that whole community. Like, that's kind of where, like, out of COVID and looking at Robinhood, and first I was like trying to invest in the like little micro, like, stocks that were like tech stocks, or really at a time I was looking at the cannabis stocks. I was like seeing, like, because that was like the farms were blowing up. I knew like there was dispensaries being opened up everywhere in different states. That was medical. So I was like, okay, like that's probably might be a thing. But that ultimately led me into going into looking at like what Bitcoin was. I knew I heard about Bitcoin, and then in 2011, and I heard it was a guy on Joe Rogan, and then I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool. And then I just didn't give a rip about it at all. I just like let it flow into the wind, like most people did. Like, they were like, yeah, I kind of heard about Bitcoin, but I didn't pull the trigger, and then you're just like, geez. But during COVID, that was when I was like, okay, I think I need to start looking at this thing. I need to start checking this thing out. But ultimately, what the memes do is it onboards people into the space. And then once You feel like you're part of this like club or group, or everyone's been using the word cult. Really, it's just like, think about when we were playing online video games and you had a guild or you had a clan. You had, like, if you were playing any type of MMORPG, you know, it was all guild. It was all like guild based. And so, and when you joined one of those, excuse me, Brad, this is my website called danocrypto.com. And so I have the Crypto Bubbles widget just right inside of my website. And you can also get just like, these are my sign up links too, as well, of my favorite exchanges that I like to use. So if you guys want to trade this market right now, you guys can get an amazing, juicy bonus for doing OURBIT, BITFLEX, and they all have really great rewards programs, and they make really dope merch too. But yeah, so yeah, memes have utility, guys. It's the you're getting onboarded into whatever meme is popping off right now. Whatever meme is popping off right now, look at what chain it's on. So you can go to the memes. You go to, okay, so all right, Doge. Okay, Doge is its own chain, but then, okay, also, like, you can buy it on Binance Smart Chain. Okay, so I can just like hold Doge on BNB in my wallet. Sweet. Okay. SHIB is on Ethereum. Okay, so people are probably going Ethereum. Okay, people are probably going to buy Ethereum so then they can buy some SHIB. And okay, Pepe's on Ethereum. Okay, all right. Oh, what is this dog with hat? Okay. Oh, it's on Solana. And so that's kind of how you have to operate. Floki, ERC20. It's an Ethereum token. But let's see how many, but it's also on BNB. And yeah, Free said I could see 100,000 Bitcoin around December. Anything is possible. Like, my prediction is that we're going $150,000 per Bitcoin by Christmas. And then we're going to see a retracement back down to 100K. And then going into next year, we're going to see the 350,000. That's my prediction. So that's my like exact prediction. We go to $150,000 in December, and by Christmas time, we retrace back down 50K, like a nice crash, and then we are going to go from 100K to $350,000 by the end of April, going into next year. And that might be the peak. And then I don't know what, from that point, I have no idea. That is just that's my nice college guess of where we're going to be in the next 6 months. But let's see. We have the ETF inflows starting to increase. And Maurizio this morning, if you caught the Moon Show, shout out to Mr. M. Go and subscribe to his podcast, his channel. Is this going to work? Might have to refresh. Let's see. There we go. All right. Headbeds, that realest post you ever had was comparing Bitcoin's price of token to Cardano's. Oh, because I think I was saying how you could have bought Bitcoin the whole time instead of Cardano, and you would have been like doing really well, because Cardano just kind of like it took. I wish I could like Cardano like I did when I first got into crypto, but I just don't know. I just don't know about Cardano. This is the range. It still is below all of these ranges. And it's because I attribute kind of like Cardano as like almost like it was pricing around the same as Phantom. So if you guys remember from 2021, like Cardano and Phantom, they were moving at the same time. They were like at the same price point. They were at like 60 cents, and then it was like 90 cents, and then it went past $1. Everyone was freaking out, and then at the same time, Phantom was doing the same moves. Very, very similar moves. Because look, it's very similar chart. Very similar chart. But the difference between these two tokens is that Phantom has been able to regain its previous bullishness from the last bull market and during March. But then if you see, and so look at the same price range. Look, 30 to 30 cents. Look, middle range, average price 39 cents to 33 cents, where basically Cardano is right now. And then you look, it was able to gain 230% over Cardano. And then you look at Cardano, and look, it hasn't been able to regain over $1 at all. Like, not even close. The moment it got to 78 cents, it's been on a downtrend below the range of average price. Way below range of what the average price was. And then now it's just getting smashed. It's just getting freaking totally smashed. And so this is why I don't Cardano's like a bad girlfriend. Cardano's like a bad girlfriend. You get convinced that you should hold on to it, but she just keeps abusing you, and you just keep coming back. Maybe the caboose, I don't know what it is, but the caboose, the caboose ain't enough if you're getting emotionally abused by the price action. Like, come on. This is why you do have to be careful of what altcoins you do go into, because some just might not live up to the expectations of what they previously were, especially when Cardano gets up to here, and all the people that have been holding their Cardano bags and listening to the entire market make fun of them for not selling at $3. I don't know, they might wake up and get off the couch and sell at $3. And guess what? Then the chart's going to go right back down again, while everything else, like AVAX, that's doing like way better, is doing things with games like Off the Grid. Also has its own DeFi. Sometimes when you have a person that has a type of personality like Charles Hoskinson, sometimes people don't like it when you act like you're the smartest guy in the room. They don't freaking care. Is your coin fun? Does it make people laugh? No one cares that it does all this stuff in Africa. Does it have good price action? No. Okay, so no one's going to buy it. So yeah, they're going to buy Bonk, they're going to buy Brett, they're going to buy all the meme, they're going to buy Doge, they're going to buy all this stuff. So that's my opinion on Cardano. No one gives a crap about the utility at the point where your price action sucks. Show me otherwise. Show me otherwise, please, because it's not there. And I'm sorry for your Cardano fans out there, but this is speaking from a ex-Cardano holder. It could pump, but I'm just saying the thing is going to hit sell pressure hard at $3. So it is 780%. So we'll see. We'll see if it can even get back into this purple box right here. Because the moment it even got close, it just got beat down. While everything else is just like going crazy. This is why you don't want to listen to people that say, well, memes like Pepe doesn't have any utility. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Retail does not give a rip about utility. They want to tell their friends, yeah, man, I bought this, I bought the frog. I bought this frog. I found this monkey. It's hilarious. I keep seeing this monkey called Ponky everywhere. And now I realize, oh, it's a crypto, kind of like Dogecoin. Oh, okay. That's how you have to think. It's exactly how you have to think. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you for listening to my Cardano rant. You can tell I'm a little sour. I was one of those, I'm sorry, but I was one of those morons that didn't sell at $3 when I was up like 350%. Could have built at least a moon bag or something like that, but I was a noob. I had just started looking at the charts and, just started dipping my toes into what projects were what and what was the hot thing. And like I knew Polkadot was hot. I knew Cardano was hot. And I ended up going the Cardano direction. Whilst if I would have picked Polkadot, way more moved to the upside, went to $75 off of it being like 5, something like that. If we look at Polkadot, for example. And funny enough, Gavin Wood and Charles Hoskinson being the co-founders of Ethereum with Vitalik Buterin. With all these different personalities and chains. Klaus. Oh, Klaus. Yes, I've been seeing Klaus. Yes. I've thought about looking into it, but I'm telling you guys, I've just made up my mind. I've picked my coins and I'm sticking to them. I'm just going to be calculated this time, guys. The market kind of tosses you up, especially when you're on crypto Twitter too much. You're looking at the charts too much. There's all these coins. There's all these new coins shining. You're going to get chopped and diced until you make a choice to believe in something, stick with it, and then enact the strategy. But if you have to pivot a little bit, make the decision and move on. But the moment you're just jumping around and trying to like catch every single new trend, new thing, I don't like that. I want to believe in something. I want to know that the research that I'm doing and analyzing is leading me in the direction of just picking some solid projects and sticking with them, and not and because the more money that you can get into said project that you believe in means the difference that you don't have to be tossing around or putting the risk of said new coin being a rug pull, or just hitting a plateau and not going anywhere because it's just off of just a 2-week-old narrative or something like that. So I'm wanting to invest into long-lasting narratives that are building multi-cycle coins, not like something that's only going to be like a month or two long thing and then people just kind of don't care. Like, that's not what I'm into. So I'm more into like what has what has a strong community. And so this could be also why XRP, even though if you might not like XRP, the XRP army, whoever, wherever you want to call them, they hold bags of XRP. And they're pretty vocal. They're very passionate. And so that's kind of like, it's like that is essentially what the memes are doing. So that's kind of like I don't know, long-winded answer of just like kind of how my thesis is going into this market. Because guys, I'm telling you, I've learned, and I've had to learn the hard way, like really, really dumb hard way. And now is the time to really learn from those and execute the damn plan. Not flip, flop, and grope, flopping and groping. I hope that helps. I hope that helps you guys. Please hit the like button if you agree. Put a one in the chat. Put some emojis in the chat. Put a Pepe in the chat if you are a member of the channel. All right, so let's see what the price action's doing right now. Are we getting some... Oh, Sundog is doing really good. I've been really bullish on the Tron ecosystem. I haven't put a clip as they say on Crypto Millie. I haven't put a clip in the Tron ecosystem just yet, but I'd like to put a clip in in Sundog and some of these Tron ecosystem tokens, because it's still looking hot. Still looking hot. You got Sun Cat, you got Sun Dog, you have Tron Bull, and then you have just the Sun token. There's also Sun Pepe. There's a lot of things that you can explore in the Tron ecosystem. You got the Sun, you got Sun Pump, like basically where you can, it's just like Pump Fun, but for Tron. Oh yeah, Sun Wukong. Yeah, the Sun Wukong, that was doing really well. Let's see what has the highest liquidity. Oh, and then you got to remember also BitTorrent. If you're familiar with the BitTorrent token, that's part of the Tron ecosystem. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you guys could dive into right now. All right, so we're checking up on the trades right now. We are currently in a Bitcoin long, Litecoin, Pepe, and Doge. And so simple enough is that we think that Litecoin is going to really start to be the representation of the altcoin season. And also really bullish news on Litecoin is that Fidelity, you can now like have Litecoin in your retirement, you know, basically. And so, and they offer Bitcoin, Litecoin, and I think Ethereum as of now. And so that's amazing. So this is going to give this exposure into the markets. And this is how I think, because you're wondering, like, how are we going to get to a $10 trillion market cap total of crypto? That's how. Slivers. It's just slivers. It's little slivers from each market and each retirement, each different thing that eventually is going to funnel into the ETFs, and then the people that are custodying all these products, these exchange traded funds, BlackRock. All of this is going to attribute to the massive growth in crypto. And so, and if you guys want to trade, you want to put in a trade on BITFLEX, make sure you guys are using my link in the description. I got all the links necessary to get yourself started in this market and start to do spot buying, start to test out a little bit of the perpetuals, or if you've never done any type of staking or interacted in any of the rewards programs, I suggest you guys start to get used to learning how to do that. The target on the Doge trade, I was hoping it would just really actually start to break 15 cents, because once it starts to break 15 cents, this is the previous resistance right here. If we can hold here, my target for Doge is actually, it's a really good, my target is actually at 17 cents. And once we can actually get that momentum, and I really think this is going to attribute to the election. So basically, it's not that. No, that's in that. So that's for my margin 78. So it's low margin. It's low margin from there. But I have my take profit It's funny. I have take profits that I'll probably do a little earlier, but I have a take profit set at 75 cents, which was where the all-time high was. Basically where the all-time high was, but I think 17 cents is a good target. 17 cents to break from this previous resistance right here, because we're sitting at support at this candle. If you we can full screen it here and you can see it right here. We're sitting at support. So we can do something like this. You know, we can kind of go down just a little bit more, and then we can hit a nice green candle going up into 17 cents. And so I like the look of that. But with that, but at 75 cents, that's a good take profit. You just close it out right there, because then you're up 3K. You're up 3K on that. And then at that point, if it's breaking out, you just could run a little bit of that, run $1,000 into the next trade, you know, into the next momentum trade, into the next momentum wave. Or you could say, oh, it's hitting mass resistance at 75. Now I'm going to short. And so it's all how you want to play the market. It's all on your risk profile. But at this point, we're going to set some stop losses here at probably at all break even. Once this start, because the market's going to move up a little bit. I think it's going to start to really go. And then we'll put some stop losses here, so just make sure that there's no major volatility and everything starts to freak out on not so good of a direction, then we'll be protected. But these are currently the only trades that we have open right now. We don't have a bunch of trades open. It's just we're keeping it pretty simple right now. We are ready, I think, to possibly get into a really nice swing long on Solana, because Solana is really trying to get up to test back up to its all-time highs. I think it's really due to test back up to 200 and get close up to that range again. So once we find that we're really going to start to trade up into that band, then we're going to go long on Solana, and our target's $200. So that's our trade target for Solana. We're just going to see if we can break this, and then just start to push up, hit that 200. We'll hit a take profit at $200 and hopefully print some more Solana. And then also we're looking at on OURBIT, you can trade perpetuals for ticker Bitcoin and PayPay, all the tokens that we've talked about that I'm super bullish on. And so we're looking at to break these all-time highs for ticker Bitcoin here at what we just hit 37 cents, which is amazing. You look at the ticker Bitcoin chart, and it looks so good because it hit all the levels that we've been kind of speculating for the past couple months, and the fact that it hit there shows so much strength with this coin. And so we think this thing is really going to shoot off and start to get towards past the dollar range when everything starts to rip. Especially, you guys don't understand the what is going to happen when ETH starts to do what it did in March. What it did in March was just like a teaser, but going back up to that 4K. When it starts to rip like this again, guys, oh my gosh, I'm so ready. I don't know about you guys, but I'm freaking ready. I'm ready to go. All right. Well, I really do appreciate all you guys for coming in today. Make sure the next time you come in, bring a friend. This is how we're going to get this community grass-rooted, built up by the foundation of the coolest chat and community in the world. So I really appreciate you guys. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you follow me at DanoCrypto904. And make sure you're going to danocrypto.com, where you can get all your quick updates on crypto. And also, if you have not signed up for any of the exchanges or tried any of these, you should definitely check them out. And very soon, I'm like halfway through of finishing my crypto beginners course. Now, I'm going to have this thing launched before Christmas time because I think this is going to be a great gift that you can give people, to your mom, to whoever, is to get them a crypto beginners course, and they might feel a little bit more comfortable by taking a course like this, that they don't have to just go like blindly on the online and end up getting scammed or something like that. Clicking the wrong link. Clicking the wrong airdrop link. All right. Well, that being said, I'll see you guys later today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, we do 2 live streams a day, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are just super grateful for you guys coming in and giving me your time, your eyes and your ears and your attention. Really means a lot to me. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.